There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
We're very grateful of our partnership with Wadhwani Foundation. It has created such a huge impact. We're very grateful of our partnership with Wadhwani Foundation. It has created such a huge impact in our institution.
That after this presentations, you will become our ambassadors. Not because we have a great product, but because your mission and your vision is very much aligned with what we have to offer.
Partnership teaming up with Wadhwani Foundation is actually a great opportunity.
We're embracing frameworks of entrepreneurship
to produce a competitively employable graduate,
boosting their morale and how they can properly introduce themselves into the work community.
It is job ready, the 21st employability skills.
And they can find also fulfillment in their job someday.
At the end of the day, whenever someone goes for a job, they need combination of soft skills, hard skills. But use the Gen AI engine to customize for specific job role in that context. The whole idea is if every family has that kind of a earning capacity beyond food, shelter, clothing, to be able to invest in the professional development of themselves and their kids, you not only transform the individual but generations to come.
Good afternoon, everyone. And so, welcome to Jobs180.com's 2024 Nationwide Marketing Me Live, entitled 2024 Smart Moves How AI is Shaping the Future by Jobs180.com and Wadhwani Foundation. And so, today, we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com and Wadhwani Foundation. And before we begin, let us have an opening prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging Diyos ang sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisitin, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may maghihinig. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Again, good afternoon everyone. Ayan, mainit na tanghali sa ating lahat. Talagang mainit, no? So, stay hydrated. Sabi nga ni Mia, ayan, stay hydrated mga P. So, are you guys ready for today's event? So, ayan. By the way, my name is Joyce Katakutan Kole from Jobs180.com and I will be your host for today's session, and we are live via Jobs180 Facebook and Jobs180 YouTube channel. And we hope that everybody is as excited as I am to learn new things today. Ayan. So, to our audience, ayan, kung meron na tayong live viewers, please comment your name, your year, and your school. Ayan, again, sa ating viewers, you may comment your name, your year, and your school para makita natin kung taga saan yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayong tanghali. And if you have questions later on, you may type them in so we can answer them after the talk. And please don't forget to tag and share this to your friends. So kung wala pa po sila rito, ayan, tawagin nyo na, mention them in the comment section. And before we proceed with the talk proper, here's a quick promotion from Accenture. Ayan, so, tech. Ayan, if you can show po yung slide from Accenture. Ayan, so if you're manifesting for your 2024 career goals, so Accenture got your back. Ayan, you may join their one-day hiring process or event on April 17, 2024 and be part of their amazing data entry or finance and accounting teams at Accenture. You may scan their QR code, guys, if you're interested. Ayan. Again, so should you wish to join the Accenture one-day hiring process, you may visit the link or you may scan the QR code to register. Ayan. Going back to the highlights of this event, so here's our schedule for today. So we only have 2 topics for today's session, pero mind you guys, marami tayong mapupulot kasi new topics itong pag-uusapan natin and very relevant ito with this generation. So we have future with AI, connecting the physical and digital worlds, which will be discussed by Wadhwani Foundation. And then the next topic is securing your personal information, leveraging ResumeLink for applications by jobs180.com. Ayan. So again, everyone, to everyone, shout out, and I hope you're ready to listen um, to our guest speakers for today. And if you're ready, pwede bang makahingi kami ng heart reaction, ayan, sa mga live viewers natin today. Ayan, heart react lang. And again, shout out to everyone who's here already watching us live. So you may also ask your friends to come and watch our webinar, because for sure you will be learning lots of things that you are going to need when you enter the world of work, especially for the fresh gadgets, no? And again, please don't forget to comment your name, your year, your school, and as we go along, please type in your questions so we can read it later. So sabi nga ni Susan Roses, wag mahihiyang magtanong. Ayan. So wag po kayong mahihiyang magtanong. If you have questions, may mga tanong kayo na gustong ibato sa ating speakers na in-invite natin today, lagay nyo lang sa comment section, i-ask natin sa ating speaker. Ayan. So this is your chance to ask, ayan, before you face the world of work. And of course, kahit doon sa mga nagtatrabaho na malay nyo, di ba, may mapulot kayo or may bago kayong marinig sa mga speakers na in-invite natin today. Okay, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together as I introduce our first speaker. So our first speaker will be discussing future with AI, connecting physical and digital worlds. So our first speaker for today is a master's degree holder in higher religious studies, major in social pastoral communication from the University of Santo Tomas Graduate School. She also finished bachelor's degree in secondary education and guidance counseling, major in religious education. She's a retired theology educator and has served UST for more than a decade. She was exposed to teaching marriage and family to graduating students, understanding family life, professional ethics, financial literacy, and career development. And currently, she's the Philippine Consultant for Education and Employability Skills Training of Wadhwani Foundation. She has begun engaging institutions, universities, NGOs, and local companies in the South Luzon area, multiplying the community with more than 5,000 individual beneficiaries in the region just in the last 6 months from October 2023. Wadhwani Foundation is based in Silicon Valley, USA, nonprofit organization of Symphony Technology Group, or STG, a private equity firm for software, internet, and technology services companies. And its chairman and founder, Dr. Ramesh Wadhwani, developed Wadhwani Foundation into a global institution committed to accelerating job growth and promote the entrepreneurial mindset through Gen AI technology at no cost to its partner beneficiaries. And over the next years, Ms. Candy hopes to continuously help in leading people to more career and financial opportunities, as well as empower young professional families, most especially the poor, through mentoring, livelihood, and entrepreneurial programs toward total human. So, yan. Let's put our hands together for Miss Maria Carmelita Candy Coloma, the Regional Manager, Business Education Consultant of South Luzon of Wadhwani Foundation Global. Hi, Miss Candy. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Miss Joyce, for that warm welcome. And of course, I would like to greet everyone a pleasant good afternoon. And I'm here to share something that's very, very timely and important. And syempre, thank you so much for joining today's webinar hosted by none other than Jobs 180. No? Today, I hope to discuss and highlight how AI is shaping the future in our workplace, as well as provide you tips, practical tips on how we could quickly adapt to the changing time. So let me present
Sure, ma'am. You may now share your
this.
screen. Ayan. So again, to our audience, so if you have questions po, when you're ready na kayong questions, let us know para we can read it later. Again, so to our audience, if you could comment your name, your school, ayan, para alam natin kung saan kayo galing. Okay. Ayan. So,
There you go.
There. So your screen is up, Miss Candy. So if you're ready, I'll leave it to it. I'll be back after your presentation for the Q&A.
Okay, thank you, Joyce. So I'm actually excited to share this topic to all our viewers this afternoon. And let me start by sharing this. Okay, this is actually a photo of my daughter and my husband. This is my daughter. Her name is Sam, and she's currently a seventh grader. Can you see her photo? Okay, she's 12 years old, and Sam is currently the leader of their class. Okay, Samantha, saw how I started my career in teaching, in education as a college educator for 15 years. While my husband, she saw her dad work as a corporate leader and handled big accounts and business development. Now, I believe by the time Sam goes to college, okay, the jobs most parents of today do are definitely gonna be different. And I believe in that. And as a parent, I have no choice. We have no choice but to prepare her to the world that will have a big impact to her life and future career. And I agree, it's really happening. The world actually has changed because of technology. And the youth of today, like my daughter, will definitely be embraced by a world influenced by AI. Now, if there's something that I would like to say, first, guys, listen to this. Brace yourselves. Because in 2013, Oxford University published a study on the future of work. They concluded that almost one in every two jobs have a risk of being automated by machines. In addition, the World Economic Forum warns that 14 million jobs will vanish in the next 5 years. And global companies, I can see it now that global companies are quickly adopting to technologies such as artificial intelligence. And in the next 10 years, it will rise to 83 million job losses. Now, despite what we know about artificial intelligence, before I thought machines still can't think like humans. Okay, but in the recent years, suddenly they have become capable of learning, and then our devices like our cell phones, okay, cars, computers are rapidly changing. Do you agree, guys? It's really rapidly changing, and minsan 'di ba ang hirap na ngayon maka-adapt din sa technology because every month or every year na lang ay may bagong cellphone or gadget na available. And today, as we all know, there are now cars that self drives, or there are cars that can actually run on its own. A driverless car now exists. Now, to understand artificial intelligence is simply machine learning. This technology actually is the most powerful branch of artificial intelligence because it allows machines to learn from data and mimic some of the things that humans can do. Just imagine that. Indeed, intelligence era is the fastest growing disruptions. From the PC industry, ito naabutan namin to. Naabutan mo ba to, Miss Joyce, no? From the PC industry to AI revolution, I remember in the 90s, machines started helping us with relatively simple tasks. Like if we're bored in the afternoon, we can just watch TV. I've seen a TV like this at home. Okay, sa lola ko. I would turn on the knob to watch some channels, and minsan dalawa lang yung channels. Tama po ba? If Miss Maya is around, makaka-relate yan. So that's how I've learned, the role of machines in my life when I was young. But today, machine learning is now capable of far, far more complex tasks like reading images of the eye and diagnose an eye disease. It was actually through the winning algorithms that the machine, through past data, was able to match the diagnosis given by a doctor or human ophthalmologist. At totoo lang, nakakabilib. Ang galing. A teacher might read 10,000 essays over a 40-year career, while now a machine can read millions of essays within minutes. And that definitely is something that I cannot do. Now, given this data, machine will definitely outperform humans. AI will not replace you. It's actually people who are using AI. Today, majority of the labor and jobs are still done by humans. But in the next years, machines and algorithms will occupy most human working hours. Sadly, most people, maybe like us, are too busy, or maybe a lot of people actually has no idea, or they have little idea about AI. But actually, it already started. AI will definitely change the world more than electricity. Now, what does this mean to the future of work? Okay, kailangan ba tayong makialam? Kailangan ba dapat meron tayong gawin? Okay? We have to understand, guys, that yes, AI is AI. Okay? Magaling talaga siya. But human beings are also human. And AI will never be able to replicate the authenticity and uniqueness instilled in our spirit or soul. In short, at the end of the day, AI still can't truly love. Yes, we cannot compete with machines. Tama? Because it performs on high volume tasks and we can't do that. But remember, there's still many things that machines can't do. As I've mentioned a while ago, AI needs to learn from large volumes of past data. And we as human beings, we don't necessarily need past data to really learn today. I hope you know that as humans, you're gifted with what? Creativity, critical thinking, reasoning. And the depth and layers present in your brain right now are actually far more unpredictable and complex. Remember your power, guys, to adapt to change. You can do that. Your power to lead, to think, and of course, to love. And these are still the many areas where machines can't compete with us. Remember, machines are not sentients. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin nun, they have no awareness. They don't have soul, no? And we as human beings, we have feelings. While machines, they learn from patterns. That's why don't be deceived. If baka ang kausap nyo ay AI na, and then ma-in love kayo, and then suddenly you will realize it doesn't exist. Because it can mimic even emotions, no, and feelings of human beings. Basically, maybe baka nabasa nila yung mga past data mo, in the internet or through your gadgets. That's why be careful. Now, where can we start? I think this is something that we need to also understand. Okay, in spite of these challenges, it's already happening. Saan ba tayo pwedeng magsimula? Always remember, I would always tell this to my students, the best way to start is within, inside you. And we have to be aware as human beings, we have really powers, capacities, and talents and intelligence. Okay, and one of them is what you call emotional intelligence. Okay, are we using this intelligence? Because this is the type of intelligence that you can actually further develop as you grow old. Emotional intelligence, guys, is your ability, since we have feelings, it's your ability to perceive and cope up with your negative emotions, most especially negative emotions. In a world where automation and AI are on the rise, EI, on the other hand, okay, EI offers a distinctly human advantage. EI actually is self awareness, self discipline, relationship management, and empathy. It's about being compassion. And this is what makes us human. And at the same time, of course, there's this what you call soft skills. Okay, there are basic skills that we've learned from school, like reading, writing, arithmetic. But there's also what you call soft skills. Some other authors, psychologists would call it core skills or essential skills. In Wadhwani Foundation, we call it employability skills. Now, what are these skills? No, they are actually a range of interpersonal and communication skills that actually help people function both on their personal, social, and work life. And if you've noticed, okay, many schools today or in the past, the curriculum is focused on hard skills, okay, getting high grades, certificates, no? But now, to be honest, there is now a trend at ito na ang nagte-trending ngayon. Okay, there is now a growing importance when it comes to soft skills development. Now, let me share to you our data from Wadhwani Foundation. We've surveyed more than 1,000 companies. And here you'll see in the data that, yes, a lot of industries in healthcare, beauty and wellness, textile, handicrafts, engineering, construction, power, there is now a growing importance in this industries when it comes to looking for candidates equipped with soft skills. And aside from that, even leaders. Now, I've read some articles that, Meralco, Metrobank, BPI, these are big companies, Ayala Group, no? Their top priority now is they're looking for graduates who are really more than the diplomas. They must be equipped with this what you call soft skills. And by 2030, all jobs will be soft skills incentive. Okay, 63% of that, and 92% of executives says that soft skills are equally or now more important than technical skills. And still, they also believe that 89% of executives says that it is still difficult to find people with soft skills. Okay. Now, more than 2,000 companies out of that, we've also was able to see that many of these companies are actually willing to pay 10 to 20% more for soft or employability skills. And I would always tell my interns and students, no, that if you really want to get that high-paying job, maybe six-digit job, no, you really need to really harness your soft skills. Okay. And out of that, from those interviews and survey, with 2,000 employers, Wadhwani Foundation was able to come up with this employability skills competencies. So if you're curious, what are these skills or competencies that I should focus on? So these are examples: effective speaking, listening skills, self-management, and under that, there's emotional intelligence, growth mindset, professionalism, workplace awareness, entrepreneurship, interpersonal skills, and many other competencies. Indeed, guys, in order to adapt, we really need to be flexible. Flexibility and leadership are actually one of those competencies nowadays that's needed, most especially in the business world. And the business world is really changing, rapidly changing every day. That's why, as future professionals, just like you guys, you have to learn to be more adaptive. You have to also be quick to think and learn to adapt in a dynamic environment. Because in the next decade, we 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 the professionals today must be able to learn and be more open to leading, collaborating, and motivate others. And as a teacher, I also believe that you should always be forever a student, because a student has this mind, like a mind of a child, no, who's always seeking for learning and self development. And these are the things that are important nowadays. Now, are you curious, guys? What do you think are the jobs that will vanish in the next 10 to 20 years? Okay, this actually happened before. That there are no longer there are jobs before that's no longer available today, and the landscape of employment is really changing. Now, let me share to you a study made by Oxford University last 2013, The Future of Employment. And these are just some of the jobs, no, that will be no longer around in the next 10 years. And most of them are repetitive jobs. And soon it will be gone because it will be subjected now to automation. And what do you think are the jobs that will still be around? And what do you think are the courses that we can bank on? According to the study of Oxford University, these are the jobs will still be available in the next 20 years. And that includes therapist, occupational therapist, dietitian, nutritionist, physician, surgeon. Okay, and the chance for automation is very, very low. Where will you work? I think these are some of the important questions also to ask nowadays. Can you adapt to a remote type of office or workplace, or do you still intend to go to the office? Because as we all know, because of the pandemic, a lot of jobs resorted to remote type of work, and more than 80% of employees adapted to the change. And it seems like many companies, okay, remain in that hybrid mode. And that's why I think students must be already oriented to this type of work, since most students are used to face events and activities in school. And how should we prepare? Are there any communication graduate in the room? I believe my interns from Letran or communication graduating students are here. I think the challenge would be, as I've said, we have to learn to adapt, because if you're a communication graduate, you have to be good in storytelling. Maybe you can be a data journalist and good in events and be a marketing leader. And what should an accounting graduate do? Okay, maybe not to stick to the traditional, but be good in analytics, reporting, and be good also in storytelling. And what should a finance graduate do? Become a financial wizard. So what else can you do? Aside from what you've learned in school, what else can you learn after school? And that, I believe, is how you could start, how you could start and how you could really prepare for that dream job that you've been wanting to get. And of course, where can you learn? As a consultant and faculty with Wadhwani Foundation, I would recommend Wadhwani Foundation. And if you want to upskill and learn more about skilling and employability skills, soft skills, these are the things that we can actually provide you today. And how will you spend your days, guys? I think commitment here is very important. I hope I was able to bring you an awareness. I was able to lead you to really understanding what's happening now, and what will happen to your future. And I hope that in the next days, I want to challenge you guys. Because sabi nga, pag hindi tayo gumawa ng paraan, mapag-iiwanan talaga tayo. At nangyayari talaga yan. That's why, if you're spending your time now studying from 8 to 5 in school, I think as students, wag nyo nang hintayin na kung kailan kayo magtatrabaho, dun pa lang kayo gagawa ng paraan. If you are a graduating student, all the more that you should be more aware of the importance of soft skills in your life and start developing them. Because there are things now that you can do, and the remaining 8 hours that you have every day, these are the things that you can do. Master the right skills and probably learn another language. Okay, make a difference. Remember, machines don't have empathy. So try to learn how to be more compassionate, okay, with other people. Okay, next, you can also learn the power of connection, connecting to people, building rapport, negotiation. These are the skills that you can actually start developing. Master critical thinking and problem solving. Improve your virtual collaboration and skills, adaptability, and leadership skills. Remember, this is now the time that we need to help one another. And for this quick sharing, okay, here's my key takes. Number one, you have to really accept that, yeah, technology is shaping society. I guess instead of always being negative, because there's still some people who are afraid of it or negative about it, instead of being negative, I suggest that, we need to learn fast, adapt, and of course make the most out of this transition period. We are all in a transition period, and the faster we learn, um the healthier we adapt without stress. Hopefully no stress, because some people get stressed when it comes to technology. But I think being open to learning, okay, like digital literacy, financial literacy, these are the things that can help us adapt to the changing times. Next, jobs will disappear. It's true. And things are happening fast. Yes, jobs will disappear, but I think it's better if we become more proactive, because for sure there will be many families that will be affected, will actually lose their jobs because there are now machines available. I think as young professionals, what we can do is help create or help promote job creation and upskilling. And personally, lastly, we can adapt by acquiring the right skill. That's what we need to do now. Find ways, now that you've learned some hard skills in schools, you're a graduating student. If you believe that the school didn't give you any opportunity to learn and develop soft skills, okay, you can message me, guys. I can expose you to that. No, we have something that can help you prepare for that job or for that job interview. Then lastly, if it's not too much to ask, guys, if you have understood what I've been sharing since kanina pa, no, there's really something that must be done. And if it's not too much to ask, I hope that you can help us promote the mission of our foundation. Again, Wadhwani Foundation is a nonprofit organization. It's founded by Dr. Wadhwani, and we've been operating globally to boost economic expansion. Okay, and more importantly, the goal of our team is to promote job creation. In short, maraming magugutom na pamilya in time pag nawalan sila ng trabaho. So help us promote this advocacy, these initiatives on job creation, entrepreneurship, and skill development. And the moment you do this, I believe we can provide more opportunities for people to live a better life. Thank you and God bless.
Yan. So thank you so much, Miss Candy, for discussing about connecting physical and digital worlds and yan, future with AI, especially for the future employees. Ayan, especially sa mga gadget na this year. Ayan, so to our audience, ayan, we all welcome you guys. So if you have questions, we are now opening the floor for questions. So if you have questions regarding Miss Candy's topic, ayan, and especially kung meron kayong tanong kay Miss Candy, ayan, pwede niyo pong ilagay sa ating comment section and we'll try to answer all your questions. Ayan, again, we are now opening the floor for questions. So please, you may post your questions on the comment section. So while we're waiting for questions sa ating audience, Miss Candy, nag-prepare po ako ng few questions here. So I'll ask you first. Ako na po muna ang maunang magtatanong. Ayan. So first question, um, what potential challenges might arise from the integration of AI into the workforce, such as job displacement or skills gaps?
Okay, so thank you, Miss Joyce. I've mentioned a while ago that the number one effect of AI is that there are now jobs that can be automated. And I guess it's very important that we identify what are the repetitive jobs that's available today that is possible for automation. And there are now factories like Amazon. They have now warehouses that's being run by machines, robots, right? And just imagine if you would create hundreds of machines that would do their operations, then it also means that it's equivalent to 100 lives
Mm-hmm.
affected. And from those 100 lives, how many children,
Mm-hmm.
okay, will also be affected? So that's the big impact that this revolution is actually gonna give us in the next 5 years or 10 years.
Especially po sa mga tenured na or older generations po, no? So, mas mabigat sa kanila yung impact nung new gen or nung AI.
Yes.
Am I correct, ma'am?
I agree with you. That's why we also prioritize employees and workers because it doesn't mean naman na graduate ka na, you have no chance now of upskilling. That's why we
Mm-mm.
promote upskill. So ibig sabihin that kasi ang tao naman kahit matanda naman tayo, right? I always believe that we can always be a learner forever. And we have that. And as long as the person is willing to change and learn, kahit pa 50 years old na siya, and 10 years pa bago siya mag-retire, I believe that she can still further develop herself. Kaya openness to learning is very important. And here at Wadhwani, we actually support employees' progression. And we hope to also partner with the companies who are after that in really upskilling their employees.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering that question. So, another question, ma'am. Your thoughts, ma'am, about how businesses and educational institutions can adapt to ensure that the workers are equipped with the skills, right skills needed to thrive in an AI-driven future.
Okay. To be adaptive, I believe it's a mindset, Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi pag hindi kultura yung sa isang institusyon na parang, alam mo, may bago, 'di ba? Yung mga pag-email-email pa lang natatakot na sila, yung mga pag-interact pa lang sa mga tao. Kasi it turned out there are some employees they don't want to progress because they're scared of the role. Right away ang iniisip nila parang naku stress 'yan. Halimbawa, they're given a managerial position, tapos right away sasabihin nila, naku stress 'yan. Naku baka magkaroon ako ng ganyan ganyan. So parang negative kagad. It's because maaaring kaya sila negative. It's because of the culture and the mindset na nakikita nila yung mga leaders nila, puro stress na lang yung pinapakita and they're not open to learning.
Mm-hmm.
So, leadership is something that must be passed on in an organization. And a correct mindset of adaptability na being open to work because we are, sometimes they are trained that, it's an 85 job. If I tell
Mm-hmm.
you to just do this, minsan they stick to that eh. And we have to be
Correct.
flexible because ang business, nag-change siya minsan overnight, right? And as part of that workforce, let's support the business owners because they're also trying their best to adapt to the changing times. Because if they don't, baka lalo tayo mawalan ng trabaho. We might all end up really not we might end up really losing that job. So that is my take for that. Supporting businesses and our team also.
It's a mindset po, no? Tama, it's a mindset, no? So, if you're not open sa mga changes, ayan, improvements, etc. and all, ayan, so wala rin. And internally, parang kasi ang yung motivation, parang dapat internally sa'yo muna manggagaling eh. Ayan, so you
That's
could
right.
adapt sa changes na meron tayo today. Ayan, so thank you, Miss Candy, for answering that question. So, another question, Miss Candy. Uy, ayan, nawala ang aking question. So another question, ma'am. Are there any ethical considerations should be addressed as AI becomes more prevalent in the workplace, particularly regarding issues po such as data privacy and algorithmic bias?
Yes. Alam mo, when you say ethical considerations, ethics, for those who are watching, no, ethics has something to do with right and wrong, right?
Mhm.
So hindi po pwedeng just because it's technology, everything becomes right. Though technology, wala namang sabi nga, it's sentient, hindi naman siya tao. So
Mhm.
hindi wala siyang capacity to commit something that's immoral. Sa tao lang 'yon. Okay? It's neutral. So number one, syempre whoever is controlling it, which is human being, Okay, needs to be responsible. Okay, kasi you have to understand that the AI of Silicon Valley and now China is also doing it. They're trying to cope up now with that AI of Silicon Valley. Google also has its own AI. Up to now, yun nga, para siyang bata na continuously learning every day. Yun nga lang, mabilis, fast mode. Tayo,
Mm-mm.
24 years na nag-aral sa school. 'Di ba? Sila, kaya niya nga in minutes to read and understand past data. That's how it learns and it's so quick. That's why we need to cope up with that. We need to cope up with that. Now, when it comes to ethical considerations, AI also can it can pose some some challenges. Like for example, when it comes to information, kasi paano kung yung mga binabasa niyang data ay false information?
Mhm.
That's how they learn from past data and from patterns. What if the patterns that was given to AI, to that system, to that machine, is something that's really false? So, baka dumating sa point na ikaw pa yung kalaban. Tayo pa yung kalaban. So, that for me is something that needs to be addressed. That's why, even Google leaders, Silicon Valley leaders, they're also saying that that's why there should be the international law should be involved in order to prevent and come up with guidelines how this thing should be implemented in businesses, in schools, right? There should be guidelines and we need to address it not tomorrow but today. Because dyan papasok na yung mga maraming panloloko. And we don't want people to be deceived. If not, we have to empower people, lalo na when it comes to digital literacy and how to not just maximize, but use it for the common good and for the betterment of the world. Yeah.
So meaning, ma'am, some AIs or some techs or tawag dito, systems don't have the capacity to know the right from wrong. And kasi yun yung from the start yung that's what they trained to do 'di ba? Kung ano lang yung finifeed sa kanila, yun lang yung gagawin, yun lang ilalabas.
Yes. Well, I would always say that the capacity to discern what is right and wrong
Mhm.
is actually it's part of us being
Mhm.
human. That's
Mhm.
what makes us different from AI.
Mhm.
Kasi hindi sila tao, 'di ba?
Mm.
Kaya and it's also possible na sabi ko nga kanina, baka magulat ka yung kausap mo, parang feeling mo nai-in love ka na. 'Di ba? Kasi parang kilala ka niya, tapos, it's something that you need na there's something that understands you, spends time with you.
Mhm.
And AI can do that because they can mimic also human feelings and understanding, right? And probably they've read it from your data. 'Di ba nga yung simpleng algorithm nga lang ng Facebook kakatingin mo sa isang sa Shopee,
Mm.
magugulat ka pati
Yun na
Instagram
yung
may
lumalabas.
nagfi-feed sa'yo. It means
Correct,
it's
ma'am.
feeding you. And then magugulat
Mm.
ka 'pag may hinanap ka, 'pag nalungkot ka, pino-postan ka na ng something related to that emotion. Eh, yun naaano mo ka tuloy, lalong naha-heighten yung emotion. So, that for me is something na, uy, paano na 'yan? Ako nga teacher nga ako, parang it's tempting, right? But we have to remind each other, most especially the kids nowadays, that they're not humans. They're just reading you. And that's why you also have to be careful what you post. And that's where digital literacy comes in.
Mm. Correct. Hindi lang tayo nag-a-analyze sa kanila. It's actually the AI analyzes yung gumagamit. Ayan. So,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you, Miss Candy, for answering. We have question po from our audience. So, from Miss Lou Sakurda. Ayan. So, good afternoon. It was mentioned earlier that AI will not replace people in the workforce, but rather the people who use AI. How can AI be used to create new job opportunities in industries that did not exist before?
Okay, so how can AI create new job opportunities in industries?
Industries.
Okay, ayan. So
Mm.
I guess based from of course I am now currently in collaboration with Wadhwani Foundation, working with our team here in the Philippines and globally. This is now where our mission comes in. Okay, because yes, it's not gonna be the choice of the machine or AI, okay, to get rid of your job, but it would be the decision of the business owners. And who provides jobs? Diba, the business owners. So that's why in Wadwani, we are really after job creation and the promotion of entrepreneurship. Because like for example, pandemic time, a lot of people lost their jobs. Ano yung naging plan B nila? 'Di ba? Entrepreneurship. That's why in our skilling program, embedded na doon yung entrepreneurial mindset. So that's how we could create those opportunities. Number one, empower people. How? Through skilling and training, providing them those skilling exposure, and it what why can't do it alone. We need to be in collaboration with schools and institutions that actually has a big impact to the lives of many students globally, and that's what we've been doing. And through that, we hope that through igniting also the passion for entrepreneurship, we could create startups and more future business owners, entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs would actually create the next jobs for the future. There, thank you.
All right. So thank you so much. So I hope, we hope, Miss Sirlu, Miss Candy answered your question. Ayan. So still waiting for audience to ask questions, guys. So if you still have questions, you may post it sa ating comment section. Ayun, huwag po kayong may magtanong. This is your chance to ask habang nandito si Miss Candy. Ayan. So sayang naman ang ating time and opportunity to ask. Ayan. So do we still have questions, guys? I think one last question, Miss Candy. Um, Again, your advice, ma'am, or your steps, advice that you can give for individuals who will be taking or preparing themselves for the changes that AI will bring to the workforce, including ongoing learning and skill development. Since yun ang ano ni Wadhwani Foundation. Yeah.
Okay, quick advice for
Mm-hmm.
students. Kylie, repeat.
Sa ating audience, ma'am, in general. Ayan.
Advice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would always tell students, no, na yeah, number one, it can look scary, no, everything, just by researching about this topic, no, parang yun din yung feeling na ibinibigay niya, parang ano ba, is there something like meron bang what do you call this, will how will this affect also my family life, etc., what's happening, etc. Of course, no, there are challenges, but I look at it as challenges. It might some other people would look at it as a threat, lalo na pag business owner ka. It might also affect your business if you're a traditional business owner, no. So these things, but this is the time that we need to have more faith. And if there are three things, sabi nga ni Saint Paul, if there are three things that should last, no, it should last in our hearts. It should be faith, hope, and love. Diba? And these are the things that AI can't do. And if we work together, that's why we promote collaboration now. If we work together and we learn to be more, to act like a community now and help each other, I think kaya naman. We can let these machines, no? Kumbaga, we shouldn't be allowing these machines to really overthrow us. Okay, that's why we need now. This is the time that, you know, we need more lawyers. So if you are into yung mga mag-law dyan, okay, baka gusto nyo dito kayo mag-venture din. You know, because we need now lawyers who would actually protect our privacy, who would now protect, you know, be lawyers who are equipped with, ano, who are digitally literate. Because sila ang dapat, they should be in the forefront, who should actually providing and leading us to laws that would provide guidelines in protecting mankind from humans who would use AI to actually destroy or whatever. I hope not. Okay, so that's one. We need more professionals, philosophers, theologians who would actually philosophers, theologians who would actually guide people on how to make ethical decisions, do problem solving, become more critical. Okay, kaya ngayon dito ko na-appreciate din yung dati kong trabaho, theology teacher. Okay, we need you now who would guide the hearts of people and human beings. And aside from that, of course, for students, always remember you're not alone. There are people who can actually help you, like us in Wadhwani. But it won't happen if it doesn't start from you. Because at Wadhwani, of course, we only work with those who are willing. There are people who can help you now, that's readily available, but you have to remember, always remember, you're the first person who can actually help yourself adapt, adjust, okay? And it's always one decision away to commit to learning and to commit in really achieving your goals in life and for your family. So continue to dream big and soar high. There. Thank you, Joyce.
Yan. Thank you so much, Miss Candy, 'di ba? Very motivational naman 'yon. So, again, so let's not forget yung three things na sinabi ni Miss Candy that makes us different from AI. So, faith, hope, and love, again, from St. Paul. Yan. So, thank you so much, Miss Candy, for sharing your knowledge, ma'am, and time today sa ating audience. And of course, we hope to have you in our on our next set of webinars. So, maraming salamat, Miss Candy. Ayan, so sa ating school, so pag may mga schools na nag-watch and hindi pa kayo partner with Wadhwani, ayan, so if you're interested into upskilling, ayan, skill developments, you may email us or contact us para we can set you a meeting or Wadhwani mismo po ang ma-meet niyo. Ayan. So thank you so much, Miss Candy. Again, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your time and your knowledge for today's session. Maraming salamat, Miss Candy. All right, so there you have it, guys. So, moving on to our next topic for today, which is, ayan, so one moment. Okay, our next speaker will talk about securing personal information, leveraging ResumeLink for applications. So our next presenter has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. And as a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So the managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yan. So, good afternoon, Sir Kim. So, sir, you may now share your screen. Ayan. And to our audience again, so if you have questions po sa ating speaker, sa mga topics na meron tayo today, ayan. So, please post your questions in the comment section. Nag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. Sir Kim, your screen is up. So, if you're ready, I'll leave it to it. I'll be back after your presentation for the Q&A.
Yes, and I look forward to hearing those questions from the audience. Yan. Sige po. Thank you, Ma'am Joyce. So good day to everyone. I'm here to share with you how to securely apply for a job. A lot of you are in the audience right now are looking for a job, or maybe sooner or later will be one of those unemployed individual who'll be checking out opportunities left and right. Now, for those who are currently working, there might come along an opportunity later on that you'd also want to explore for greener pastures. So I'm definitely sure that you want to make sure that your information are really secured when you start giving it out to those companies. So in this segment, let me just focus on how you will be able to securely apply for a job. Okay. So here I have a few checklists. These are the checklists that I think you should be able to have in terms of your tool or the platform that you'll be using in ensuring that you are securely applying, no, for a company. So the first item, which we'll go through later on, but the first item here in my checklist is that you have to have a flexible and user-friendly tool. Okay, something that is so easy to use and yet it's adaptable to a lot of platform. At the same time, this should be real-time update because nowadays you can always update your information. Changes in the information happens very quickly. So you also wanted those companies that you've applied to get to know the information as soon as you change them. Okay, as soon as you are able to update them. Now, the other more important item here in the checklist is that the control of your privacy information should be at your hands. So ultimately, it should be the user who will have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. So what is that tool? What is that kind of platform that I'd like to share with you? This is called the Resume Link. Resume Link, by definition, it is a personalized URL. It is basically a link that anyone can open online anytime. So I'm using an example here on the screen by the name of John Santos. If your name happens to be John Santos, so actually, ano lang, disclaimer lang, it's not really you. I'm just using it as an example. So it could look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Okay, if your name happens to be say Andrew De La Cruz, then it could be andrewdelacruz.jobs180.com. Okay. Now, how do you make one? Okay, simply register. This is absolutely for free. You don't have to pay for anything. You just go to www.jobs180.com. So that's jobs180.com. And on the upper right side portion, you see the register button. So you click on register and you start to fill in the blanks. So the blanks here are basic information about yourself. So you put there your account details, your personal information, you put there your education background, as well as your work experience. Now, for those who are still in school or who doesn't have any work experience, you may opt to skip the number four portion here, the fourth page, no, the work option, work experience page. Okay, so what I usually recommend is that you have to be truthful. No, you use only information that are for real. No, do not fabricate those information just so you can impress the companies. Okay, so once you're done with these basic 4 pages, you're now bound to start to create your resume link. So what's the basis of your resume link? The basis is usually your name. Your name is no matter how complicated your name sounds, it's still a very unique name. Okay, so if your name is John Santos and someone already has registered ahead of you with the same name, happens to be another John Santos, which is not you, what you can do is you can be a little creative. You can say J Santos, Santos J, you can say Santos John, you can say JS or SJ. It really depends on how you want to be creative for as long as you don't overdo it. Do not create something like I am sexy and hot, boss pogi, cutie pie, lover boy, because definitely it doesn't sound professional. Okay, no matter how you look at it, even if you're in the creative world, it still doesn't look professional in submitting a resume that doesn't sound professional. Okay, so I recommend to stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. All right. Now, as you register, please use a valid email, emails that you can open, emails like Gmail, Yahoo, or any email that you can open. Do not use emails like, just an example, do not use like patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use say patricia@facebook.com na email. Because when you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobzone80.com. It is very important that you use an email you can open because you have to verify your account. If you don't verify your account, then you won't be getting those notifications or the invitations from companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So for you to finish the first step, you have to verify. Now we proceed to the second step. The second step is the most logical. Now, when you create your information, you have to complete those details. Your resume link is a representation of your information. So what you wanted to do here is that when you submit to the companies later on, the companies will be able, or the HR from those companies will be able to determine on whether your skills would fit their qualification just by simply looking at those details. So how do you now complete the information? You just go to www.jobs180.com and this is where you now have to log into your account. Now, I have a good news for everyone who's listening who already created their resume, maybe in a different format. Some of you have created your resume in your Word file or PDF file or probably in your Canva, because I've been getting some feedback from job seekers that they have created their resumes in different platform, different documents. So the good news there is that all you need to do, you just copy and paste all those information from whatever file you have to your resume link. And why would you want to do that here in your resume link? Because you want to keep your information secured. Remember, our topic is how to apply securely for a job. So you want to make sure the information is secured when you apply. Make sure those information are in your resume link. Okay? So now, as we go back to the second step, you have to complete the information by logging in to your job seeker dashboard. Okay. Once inside your dashboard, you just put there your login ID and password, and then you fill in the blanks. Now, all these blanks, I'm not going to go through one by one because obviously you guys can read. If you cannot read, you just ask someone else to read for you. But again, I'm just kidding. I think when you start applying, what you need to do lang is just fill in the blanks. No? When you see their information, obviously it is your information. You see the address, it is your address and not the address of your relative, of your friend. Okay, so when you see their birthday, obviously it is also your birthday and not your sibling's birthday. Okay, so you put there your information. Now, try to fill in the blanks. And some of the information I'd like to emphasize here that you should not be forgetting is that you put all the possible means that an HR can reach out to you. So nowadays, the fastest way for any company to reach out to an applicant, I think, is through the cell phone number or through the mobile number. Now, oftentimes you don't answer your calls, especially if you don't know the person calling you. But truth be told, I also get that as an experience whenever I try to call applicants. No, they don't seem to answer it, but they reply whenever I send a message. So I encourage you to put all the possible means on where companies can reach out to you. So put there your mobile number, put there your social media handles, put there everything that HR can reach out to you. And please, on your end, you have to respond or you have to reply or try to answer the calls whenever you can. Okay, so that it will be easier on the process for interview. Okay, so it's going to be faster. Now the rest you see here, information like work experience. I'd like to emphasize again: do not fabricate details about your work. Whatever is real information, you put it there. You put as well those education background on your current school or even your school later on. Even when you're done with your undergrad, you can your bachelor's degree, you go to your master's, you can also put it there. Doctorate degree, pwede rin. No? So there's no limit to the space here. You can put as many information as you want. You can put as well your certification and your achievement. You don't limit it only inside the school. All right. When it comes to skills, same thing. I'd like to remind everyone here that your skills are not limited only to the course or to the specialization that you have taken. Okay? Remember, companies will hire you not because of your course. They will hire you because of your skills. Okay? Companies will hire you because of your skills, not because of your course. Okay? So you put all the skills that you know here. Now, moving forward to the reference portion, just inform your reference that you made them as a reference. Because chances are, when they are being called for background checking, you wanted to make sure that they say something good about you. Okay? More importantly, they still know you. Yan yung pinaka-importanting part. Now, one of the major items that I'd like to remind the students or the audience today is that you have to take advantage of the technology. As you've heard from a lot of topics nowadays, we're talking about advancement in technology. So you might as well take advantage or maximize the technology. And one of the ways that you can do that is for you to upload those documents, especially the pre-employment requirements or documents that are being asked from the companies. You put it here under the portfolio section. This is where you can now showcase or highlight the proof to your claim. If you claim to be a graduate of a certain school, the best way for you to show it is to upload your transcript of records. Or in fact, you can also put there your diploma or your certificate. All right. But, showing your toga or your grad pic doesn't really prove anything. So it's just a picture, right? So you have to make sure those documents are actual proof of what you're claiming. If you claim that you know how to drive, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you put there your driver's license, right? And then if you are a professional degree holder, then you also put there, professional license holder, then you also put there your PRC license. Right? So you know what I'm talking about. Just put all this information here so it will be easier for the companies to process you. All right. Now, one of the things you might want to reflect on, I usually ask the audience or applicants, why should they be hired or why should they be considered compared to their classmates, compared to their batchmates, right? Try to think about that question. And I'm sure you have an answer to that question, which is why I recommend you use the technology to your advantage by creating a selfie video. Creating selfie videos is so easy nowadays. You guys are doing a lot of selfie videos. You upload, your skills. Basically, you're just showing your talent. Diba? Sometimes you just say a little something about yourself, you can now showcase all these things through a selfie video. And for me to better emphasize how a very effective selfie video would look like is something like this. So you can try to watch it. I'm gonna play a very short clip.
Kathleen Ann S. Pangilinan, 19 years old from Pasig City, and currently taking BSIT with specialization in web and mobile application at FEU Institute of Technology. You should hire me so I can obtain an entry-level position in the field of information technology, where I can realize my knowledge and skills in the field that I am in. I am passionate, hardworking, and most of all, optimistic. To know more about me, you can visit my resume link, kathleenannpangilinan.jobs180.com. Thank you.
So you see, creating a selfie video is very easy. Now, I never said you have to speak in straight English, but if you can speak in straight English, then I recommend you do that. Okay. Now, what is important here through the selfie video is that you're able to showcase not just your communication skills, but also your hard skills. I was able to watch some other videos from different schools. Some of them coming from the IT course. What they did, they showcase how to clean computer viruses, how to set up a laptop. I was able to watch someone from engineering, where the video, the content was showing how to properly handle a welding machine. Yeah, something like that. No, someone from HRM, hospitality or tourism, no, or yung hotel restaurant. Title of the video that I was able to watch: how to fold table napkins, how to do skirting. Yeah, so there's so many ways that you can highlight. In fact, even if you're from the nursing, no, pwede mo rin to gawin. How to properly use an infusion pump. Of all the videos I was able to watch, there was in fact one video, but I'm not gonna play the video anymore. Just tell you, I was able to watch a video about someone from medical technology, and the video that this guy was showing was how to properly extract blood from a human body. Oh, so 'di ba? That's the fastest way for you to show an HR that you're really capable of the skill that you are going to perform in that company that you're applying for, right? So you know what I'm talking about. I think I'm making sense, no, up to this point. So take advantage of the technology, maximize what we have right now, your cell phone, your videos. You can create those selfie video and it will make the process more efficient. So you just upload it there, right, in your portfolio section. Another good thing with the resume link is that you also highlight your profile picture. Profile pictures just have to be very simple. Look at the ones on the left side of your screen. These are very good samples. So you just have a plain background, you dress appropriately, then look at the camera. No, you're good to go. Do not upload pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Do not upload pictures like a group picture, or do not make yourself like an avatar when you submit your profile picture. It doesn't look professional. Okay. Another good thing with the resume link is that you can also showcase your personality or your message through showing pictures, not just words, because there's a saying that goes, a picture paints 1,000 words, and a lot of people who are listening right now are not really good with expressing through words. So you can now use pictures to showcase your personality. So I'm flashing some examples here that are very good examples for you to draw inspiration from. Now, when I showed you good examples, let me also show you samples that are not recommended. Number one, do not be mysterious. Okay, so you have to put your picture there so that HR people would know who this applicant is. Okay, whether you're a member from the LGBTQ community, it's okay. Names are interchangeable nowadays. I myself, I'm guilty of that. My name is Kim, and a lot of people think I'm a girl. Diba? So I've interviewed applicants with the names like Alex, George, Chris, Joey, Nick, Sam, and sometimes I would just make an assumption that these people are lalaki or boy, diba? Pero yung pala, in reality, these are girls, diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam na HR who to expect. Okay? If you don't put anything, it would look something like this. So I don't recommend that you keep it blank. You don't catch the HR's attention. Now, in catching the HR's attention, I also don't recommend that you overdo it, because in my opinion, what I'm showing you right now is something that doesn't really look, the message doesn't get to me positively. No, parang ang dating tamad or happy-go-lucky. Okay, so again, I leave it up to you how you wanted to maximize those features here with the resume link. Now, another good thing with the resume link is that you have different themes you can choose from according to your liking. Now, let me go back to what we're talking about. How to apply securely for a job. Using this tool, you can now set your privacy setting. So this is what I want to emphasize. Okay? After you fill out all the information, so you have all this information there, left and right, you have a very comprehensive detail with your resume link, you now choose the information that you want to show or hide in public. So how do you do that? Just follow the screen that I'm showing you. When you log into your dashboard, so when you log into your job seeker dashboard through jobs180.com, you'll be able to see their settings under resume link settings. Okay? Inside the resume link settings, you now choose privacy setting. Under the privacy setting, you now choose the information you want to show or hide in public. So let me just use a quick example here. If you don't want to show your birthday, you just simply turn it off. You don't want to show your address, you turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you just turn it off. And everything that is turned off will not be seen in public. Now, the good thing as well with this resume link is that it's updated real time. So when I say real time, if 2 minutes later you decide to show your birthday, you just turn it on, save your profile. Everyone who knows your resume link will already see your birthday. If, say, 5 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, save your profile, then everyone who knows your resume link will also know your address. Diba? So whatever you want to add or remove, as long as you turn it on or turn it off, the last moment you will save it, that is what will be reflected in your privacy setting. Okay? What I want to emphasize is that you, as the account owner, has the ultimate control. You will have the ultimate control over all this information on what you want to show in public. All right? And so, as we go to the last step, let me just remind you that you put everything there, all the information you have to complete, and most importantly, the contact details needs to be updated. Okay? If the contact information are not updated, then I don't think the HR people will be able to reach out to you. Okay? So the last step now is for you to submit. Now, in submitting your resume link, you can now explore different opportunities. Some of you might be exploring for work outside of the country. Some of you might be going for job fairs in your school, or sometimes you might be referred by your friends or relative to a company for direct hiring. So you can now use all these opportunities, all these ways for applying using your resume link, and you can be guaranteed that you can securely submit your information to the companies. So how do you do that? Let me show you the first one. Okay, the first one is you go to the website of jobs180.com. On the website of jobs180.com, you will see there a search bar. On the search bar, on the upper portion, will only search for 3 items. It can only search for the company name, the position title, and the location. Okay, so if I'm gonna search through the search bar inside the jobs180.com, say for example, I'm gonna search for Kim, then I'm very confident that you will not see the information of Kim. Okay, unless there is a company name, position title, or location with the word Kim. So that is where you'll be able to see the company name, Kim, or location Kim, or position title Kim. All right. So for the HR people to know your information, you have to be the one to give it to them. Okay. If you don't give it to them, then it will be very difficult for them to see your information. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do, just so you can relate, in terms of job application, a lot of users, a lot of job seekers are using emails to submit their resume. Now, you can also use the email to submit your resume, but this time, you don't attach traditional documents anymore. What you need to do is just write the same email, you compose whatever message you want for the HR, and instead of attaching those documents, you just simply type in your resume link. So there's no more attachment needed. It's easier for the HR to open your profile because the person who receives your email is definitely online, and that person just needs to click on the link. It now gets redirected to your resume link, and you can control what information you want to show or hide for that person. Right? So I think you can still follow. No? Another good thing pa is that you can also print your resume link. For those people who wanted to have a hard copy, I have a sample here. By the way, I'm holding it right now. So you can now print your resume link, and all the information will be compressed into one page. So you don't need to worry about the font size, the alignment, the margin, like top, header, footer. You don't need to worry about that because the system will just try to compress everything into one page. Okay, you can choose whether it's one column or two column version. To your flexibility, it really depends on how you'd like the design to be. Okay, another good thing, if you really wanted to be secured about your information when you apply for a job, you don't submit printed copies of resumes. You don't submit your short bond paper, long bond paper, your Word file. You don't print it out. Okay? Instead, what you print out is what we call a resume link card. So again, I just want to exhibit, show you something here. So you see samples of resume link cards that were submitted to us way back, 10 years ago, 8 years ago. And these are samples of resume link cards that will make your information secured. You just put their details like your name and your resume link. If you want to add a little more information, put there your email and your phone number. If you want a little more information, put there your school and your course. That's it. You don't put all the information in your resume into that small piece of card because it defeats the purpose. Now, for those who are wondering, how do you make a resume link card? You just have to exercise your creativity. Now, in one long bond or short bond paper, you can design it the way you want it to look. You can make it big or small, as big as an index card. So you can probably make around 4 or 5 or 6 sets of resume link cards. If you want a little smaller, you can make 8, 10, or probably 12. As long as it can fit in the design that you wanted to show to the HR. So once you're fixed now with the design, you can now print it out. Then you can cut them, cut. And then you now submit that as a hard copy. It's also serves as a hard copy, miniature, mini version lang, hard copy to a company. That way, it gives you peace of mind. Because if by any chance the HR, say for whatever reason, whoever gets hold of that resume link card will be subject to your privacy setting. So you're not exposing all the information. No, it's just simply by showing a hard copy printout, then whoever gets hold of that already has all your information. The resume link card, you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. And so, just to highlight again the benefits and advantages of using the resume link. Number one, you can control the privacy setting. 100%, you as an owner, the account user. Okay, the speed of hire also becomes faster and more efficient because all the HR needs to get from you, you can simply attach it in your portfolio or document section, and you have the full control on what to show or hide to that HR. Cost efficient, definitely, you don't have to spend anything for connecting to an internet. You can use free Wi-Fi, use your gadget, and you can create your resume link. Flexible is in the sense that you can always update it anytime, especially if you want to print it out. No, we don't hate papers. No, by the way, we're okay with papers. We're just saying you can save a lot of printing costs, so you don't need to print it out anymore. All right. So no need to save your information through your cell phones or through your USBs. Baka mawala yan eh. No, pag nawala, delikado kung sino pa makakuha niyan. You can always share your resume link in whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it through your social media. You want to share it through a QR code. By all means, you can do that. No need for you to use Canva. No need for you to use Word or Doc or whatever file. Okay? And so I go back to the checklist. Ultimately, if you follow these 3 checklists, I think you are making sure that your information is secured when you submit to the companies. The tool has to be flexible, has to be user-friendly, just like Resume Link. It's real-time update. You control anytime you want the information to be seen or to be hidden from public. All right? And so, I just want to do a little shout out to all our school partners out there. By the grace of God, we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide. And we continue to spread this out throughout the Philippines so that more and more users will be aware of this platform. Okay. In terms of companies, a lot of companies nowadays, thousands of companies are already aware of the resume link since the inception way back 2010. Okay, so these are the frequently asked questions. So the audience are asking me. Let me just run through in case these are your questions. So I hope I'll be able to address it right now. First question is, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs on ET.com? Definitely, the answer is yes, as long as they know your exact link. You have to be the one to give it to them. Number two question, is jobs180.com resume link the same as other job platform like JobStreet, LinkedIn, fieldjob.net, etc., etc.? My take on that is there are two major differences. What are these two major differences? So let me do a little shout out to my job street friends out there. So just so we can compare apple to apple. If you're using a job street resume, you can only apply to companies who are using job street. If you're applying to a company who is not using job street, you cannot use your job street resume anymore. Using your resume link, you can apply this to any company here or outside of the country. For as long as they know your exact link, they can simply type it in the browser. Google Chrome, Firefox, Android, Safari, whatever they're using, laptop, smartphone, tablet, they can see your profile according to your privacy setting. The second difference is, based on the last time that I used an account similar to JobStreet, when I submitted my information, the information is already in the HR for the next 30 days. So I'm not able to change anything anymore. Now, using the resume link, I can change it anytime, real time. It will be reflected on the HR real time. So 2 minutes later, 5 days later, 6 weeks later, or 6 months later, or 10 years later, I can always update. And whatever is the last time I update, it will be reflected at the hands of the HR. All right? Number three question, I think, is the easiest question. I hope by this time, I'm able to convince you that this resume link is the most secure tool for job application. So the answer to the question of, can you keep your information secured using resume link? I hope the answer there is yes. Okay? Now, number four question is the most important question. You should be updating your resume link every time you have changes, especially your contact details. The last question is just a trivia. Now, just to give light to why this is called jobs180.com, it is called Jobs180 because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. It's not 360 degrees because when you do 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. You just go in circle. You'll never go to the direction that you want to go to. But with 180 degrees, it's a straight line. It's a straight line towards your career goal. All right? Just in case you have any questions, feel free to send those questions out there to me or to our team. Send it to info@jobs180.com. You like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and even on TikTok. Okay? Again, have a good day, everyone. I hope you learned something about how to securely apply for a job.
Ayan, so thank you so much, Sir Kim, for discussing, ayan, how to apply securely using your own resume link, guys. Ayan, so if you have questions, feel free po to post your questions sa ating comment section and we'll be glad to answer your questions, guys. So wag po kayong mahiya magtanong. Ayan, may mga nagbato na sa atin ng question, Sir Kim. Enough na natin yung iba. So,
Okay.
ito, meron
Excited to hear the
tayong
questions.
first question. Ayan, so first question, what security measures does Resume Link have in place to protect users' personal information during the application process?
Okay, so the
Ayan.
security measures that you can do as a user is that you set your privacy setting. Yung privacy setting mo, you have to make sure that the information that you wanted the HR to see, you have to turn it on. So ano example niya? Like contact details. When you apply to a company, obviously you have to turn on your contact details. Otherwise, how will the HR be able to reach out to you? Diba? So you have to find a way to be able to at least show the HR where they can contact you. If you don't want them to contact you through your mobile number, it's okay. You put there your social media. Make sure that there's a way for you to be in touch, diba? From the companies. There. So I think that's my answer to that question.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. So another question, Sir Kim, ayan. Ba't may langaw? May langaw na nanonood kay Sir Kim. And so another question, Sir Kim, can you provide guidance on creating a secure password for Resume Link account to prevent unauthorized access, especially for those first-time job seekers or hindi ganun ka-techy talaga to secure yung account nila?
Okay. The most basic is that you follow an alphanumeric pattern. Okay? Yan yung don't just put password like what's your password? You put there the word password. or may iba ganun ginagawa eh, 'di ba? May iba
Or
naman
yung birth
1 2
date,
3
sir.
4 5 6 7 8 9, 'di ba? So
Or yung birthday.
or your birthday. Actually, the most commonly used, that's what I learned it from, sa mga updates, no. I learned from a seminar before that the most commonly used is the birthday. Diba? Yung
Mhm.
iba naman, they use an initial to their name. Diba? So, I don't recommend you follow with that kind of pattern. Now, to help you remember your password, which I think is the challenge nowadays. Kasi pag gumawa ka ng password sa isang account, may account ka para sa shopping account mo. Meron kang account para sa pang grocery or pang bayad ng bills, 'di ba? Hindi ko na mini-mention yung mga mga 'yon, pero alam niyo na, pag magta-transpo ka, 'di ba? You have to call for a transpo app. You have another
Mhm.
passport din. Passport, password, no? Passport tuloy,
Password.
password. So iba-iba yung iba ginagawa pare-pareho. Pero ako hindi ko na-recommend that you have one common password for everything. So, in your resume link, you can just simply create it na alphanumeric. Yan yung una. If you want medyo may konting challenge, lagyan mo ng capital. May iba naka caps, may iba naka small letter. Yung iba naman gusto ng konting pahirap pa ng konti para mas secure yung data, you put information instead of letters, you twist it to a number. So example lang
Mhm.
halimbawa lang, your name is, I'm going to use an example here. Halimbawa, pangalan mo, Feli. Ayan. Okay, Feliciano. Ayan, sige, para medyo mahaba. Feliciano. So, yung letter E, gagawin mo number 3. Yung letter I, gagawin mo siyang number 1. Ganon. Yung letter O, papalitan mo siya to number 0. May iba ganon. So, it really depends, no, on how you want to design it. So, yun yung sa akin. These are basic tips lang. So, Feliciano pa rin siya, pero syempre, iba na yung F mo may capital, tapos yung E mo naging 3, so mukha siyang capital F, number 3, o tapos letter L, number 1, o diba? Nag-gets yun yung sabi ko, diba? Ayan. So, that's how you do it. Yun. Suggestion lang.
Mm. Correct. Iba kasi kung ano yung madaling matandaan since marami tayong accounts. Ayan. So, iisang password ang ginagamit. Ang problem pag na-hack, di ba? So, dahil isang password lang, ang
Actually,
dali na
hindi
buksan.
ito pala yung common nangyayari, nakakalimutan yung password, Ma'am Joyce.
Mhm.
So, pag
Yes, sir.
nakalimutan niyo yung password, dito sa Jobs on ATE, wala namang kahirap-hirap din eh. Ang gagawin ninyo, you just have to put there your registered email, which I hope you don't forget your email. Because if you forget your email, that's a different scenario. So, if you don't forget your email naman, you remember your email, you put your registered email, and then you click forgot password. The new password will be sent to your email instantly. So, you can always change it immediately. Now, worst case scenario, baka lang kasi may ibang audience na nag-iisip ngayon, paano ko talaga totally, hindi ko na talaga maalala everything, no? Anything about my account, my password, my username, email. What you can do is that you can always reach out to our team dun sa info, that's INFO, info@jobsonit.com. And our customer support team will be more than happy, more than willing to assist you. As long as we can prove na ikaw yon, yung taong yon, then yun, we can of course guide you dun sa yung account. Okay? So there.
Mm. At huwag niyong gagamitin yung email ng jowa ninyo. Ayan, kasi baka dog showin ang inyong mga information kasi still your personal information, guys, no? So, kahit gaano mo kamahal yan. Mamaya, di ba, nag-break kayo yan. So, dahil galit na galit sa'yo, di ba? Biglang tinwist yung mga information na meron ka. Ayan. So, ayan. So, dapat secure ang information.
Tama yun.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. Another question, Sir Kim, ay ngayon may mga bagong resume builder na, no? So, biglang nagsusulputan dahil nga, because of technologies, ayan. So, one, na ano ngayon, popular is yung resume in a Canva format. So, what's the difference? Ayan, so let me up the question. Ano po yung difference between the resume like and this type of resume using Canva?
Okay. So, I'm not going to answer this para i-discourage kayo na gumamit ng Canva. Okay? You can use Canva in many ways to your advantage. You want to make a design for your report, by all means, you use that. Diba? Sa mga banners, presentation, pwedeng-pwede yan. Pero pagdating po sa comparing it, if you're going to compare Canva to a resume link, it's really like miles apart. You're malayong-malayo yung features, no? Unang-una, based on my knowledge of Canva, when you save your Canva, the link becomes gibberish. So, di ba, mahabang alphanumeric whatever
Yes,
file name
yes, yes.
yan. I don't think you'll give that to the company. Di ba? So, ano gagawin
Unless
mo?
ibibitly mo siya,
Oh, yun,
sir.
oo.
Pero,
So, yan
no,
ang next
ano
resort
pa
mo.
rin,
Gagawa ka ng Bitly. Oo,
sayang pa rin
bit.ly.
oras.
bit.ly. Ayan, sa
Mhm.
mga hindi pa alam, baka explore nyo yung Bitly. Pwede nyo naman explore. So, you now convert that gibberish link to a bit.ly link. Okay. Remember, hindi lahat ng bit.ly link ay forever. Ang some of the most of the time the bit.ly na link is has a limited duration lang. So example lang, after a month or maybe 2 months or 3 months, wala na, hindi siya magagamit. So ang dami mo pang kailangang intindihin. Now, let me focus on one item. Let's say masipag ka gumawa ng Canva mo, mabilis naman gumawa ng Bitly, di ba? Convert mo, even yung QR code mabilis. Ito yung isang bagay that I think, and I'm sure, Canva will not be able to offer with what ResumeLink can offer you. The privacy setting. So with your privacy setting with ResumeLink, you can put everything there, and you just have to turn on, turn off the information you want to show or hide in public. It's as easy as that. Now, in your Canva, syempre you have to put everything there. Now, what will happen? If you're going to submit that to the company, everything is already there. So, di ba, anong gagawin mo? You have to edit it every time and change it and save another one. Gawa ka ng panibagong Canva file na naman na wala yung ano mo, walang address mo, wala doon yung birthday mo. Di ba? So, wag mo na pahirapan yung buhay nyo. Yun lang. That for me is the big difference there. The security feature there. Kaya nga sabi ko, di ba, yung checklist ko, importante po yung user friendliness. At kung, when I say user friendliness, hindi lang sa paggawa, pati sa pag-apply. Diba? Importante yun. Tapos, updated din dapat. Diba? Real time. Ayun.
Ayan.
There.
So, hashtag updated real time. Ayan. So,
Tama.
para iwas stress, guys. Ayan. So,
Tama.
lalo na yung mga kabataan ngayon, di ba? Parang maiksi yung pasensya. So, gusto din natin lahat convenient for everyone. Ayan. So, especially
Yes.
for the user and the employers makakakita. So, thank you so much, Sir Kim, for answering the questions. Another question, Sir Kim, is how does ResumeLink protect users' privacy when sharing their resumes and personal information with potential employers?
How does ResumeLink protect the privacy? Okay, I think this is somehow similar to what was asked earlier. So, in your privacy setting, you have the ultimate control as a user. So, the information that you show there, basically ikaw may control eh. You want to show everything, then you turn on everything. Then you give that to the companies. What I recommend is that after you have already submitted to the company, let's say na-process ka na, na-shortlist ka na, and then nandun ka na sa portion na na-hire ka na. Diba? Na-hire ka na. Pag na-hire ka na, then you can already decide to turn off some of the notification. Diba? Ayaw mo na ipakita yung birthday mo or contact details mo, then you can start to turn them off. Diba? But if you still want to turn them on pa rin, keep it turned on, wala naman issue, you'll just be getting lang notifications from companies, diba? You'll be getting potential calls pa rin or invitation from different prospective employers. So there, I think just to be straightforward with the question, yun na po yung sagot ko dyan. Kayo talaga yung may ultimate control niyan.
Ayan, which leads to the next question, which is similar din naman yung question, Sir Kim, na users has control, access to their profile and application yan using their resume link. Ayan. So, another question, Sir Kim. Hold up. Ayan, nawalang ating not last question, but another question, how can we educate users po about best practices for maintaining their security and privacy while using the platform for job applications?
Okay. So, to educate the users, we really do disseminate itong mga videos na to. We're creating webinars, we're engaged with seminars in schools for face-to-face talks. Now, all these things, even if sinabi na to sa mga estudyante, the call to action will still be on the user side. No? Alam mo yung minsan yung biro, yung kino-compare to sa naalala ko lang kasi meron ako nakitang signage sa kalsada, nakalagay, bawal tumawid. Siguro may tumawid. No? Feeling ko may tumawid. Sinuway niya. Ano nangyari? Bawal tumawid, nagkaroon na ng panibago, nakamamatay. So, siguro after some time, no, meron pa rin talagang hindi naniniwala, no? Tawid pa rin sila. Nakalagay doon, bawal tumawid, nakamamatay. Yung sumunod, meron na sumunod doon sa baba, may namatay na. So, di ba? Again, ayoko maging morbid, pero when I saw that signage, na-imagine ko na parang hindi sila nadala sa unang sabi, no jaywalking, 'di ba? No crossing na nga, wala nga tumawid 'di ba? Kasi nga bawal. Now here, I'm not saying it's bawal. I'm just saying lang na the best practices that we're doing is really to inform the audience about how to securely apply for a job. In this case, using your resume link. Now, if you still want to use other platform like your Canva or like Word file or any file for that matter, o gusto mo Manila paper, di ba? Or cartolina. Yung mga hard copies na long band or short band paper, ginagamit na pa rin sa pag-submit sa mga kumpanya. Wag kayong magagalit or wag kayong maiinis in case lang may tumatawag pa rin sa inyo tapos hindi nyo kilala. Di ba? Yan yung parang sa akin the reason why companies are also getting in touch with you is basically they wanted to reach out to you kasi potential hire ka Merong, di ba? They don't want to waste their time, malamang, if hindi ka naman qualified. So, the reason why we want to limit din yung ganong klaseng iwas na companies na for-frustrate din I'm talking about best practices lang din Companies na for-frustrate, tinatawagan ng aplikante, ayaw naman sumagot, mini-message, hindi naman nag-reply, iniisip ng aplikante, scam. Diba? So how will you know if it's a scam if you don't answer the call? So you have to answer the call first. Yan. I go back to that, parang chicken and egg siya umiikot na umiikot. Kaya, ultimately, ang best practice ko dito, simulan nyo na gawin or gamitin ang resume link nyo. Okay? So megway lang ako. I'm promoting the resume link because for currently, as of today, this, I think, is the most flexible, most user-friendly, and in terms of yung pagiging pagiging setting niya sa privacy setting na information mo, I think siya yung may pinaka adaptable sa current situation. If you try to compare it apple to apple with a different platform. Let's say kanina kinumpare mo sa Canva, 'di ba, Ma'am Joyce? Sa Canva. Right now, let's compare that to email. O ginawa kong sample yun kanina. Sa email, ano i-attach mo? Attach mo yung Word file. 'Di ba? Kung may papalitan ka, ano gagawin mo? You have to attach another Word file. Hi, HR manager, I'm sending my updated resume link. O, di ba? My updated resume file. O, di ba? Yan yung gagawin mo Pero kung resume link you don't have to keep on informing the HR that you have updated your profile because automatically, the moment you update, pag sinave mo pa lang, updated na kagad dun sa part ng HR. So, di ba? Mas efficient Yun, di ba? I'm trying to to look at ways on how I can compare it. Pero sa nakita ko talaga, lamang na lamang when you have a resume link. Na kung ayaw mo na maistorbo ka, ano gagawin mo? Pupuntahan mo yung mga kumpanya para sabihin, Ma'am, sir, yung mga sinabmit ko po sa inyong mga resume, pakibalik muna sa akin. Diba? Hindi mo siya gagawin But using your resume link, you can easily withdraw your application. Halimbawa lang you're not interested anymore to apply to the company, just click on the button that you have applied to, click mo withdraw, pwede ka na kagad ma-withdraw na yung application mo sa company. So the company will not be contacting you anymore. O diba? Maraming flexibility in terms of using the resume link. So I hope nasagot ko yung best practice. Ang dami kasing best practice Tapos lalo na talking about security and privacy pa. Ayan. So yun po.
Ayan. Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Kim. So checking ang ating audience kung meron pa pong comment, pahabol, may questions pa ba? Ayan. Going once. Ayan. Bid na. Going twice. Ayan. So if wala ng questions, ayan, Sir Kim, your final message, advice sa ating viewers, especially for the graduating students, the same? Ayan.
Okay, ang word of advice ko na lang is first of all, wag tayong matakot. Alam ko a lot of us are having that fear and excitement, no? Dalawa yan We're too excited and sometimes natatakot din tayo, 'di ba? Kung ano bang what the future holds for us. So, ang ano ko lang diyan, ang take ko is just keep trying. No, apply lang ng apply. Make sure you prepare yourself, prepare your tool, di ba? Yung resume link, this is one of the tool that you have to prepare for. Kung wala ka pa niyan, gumawa na. Kung meron, ayusin, plantsahin. Then you start giving that to the companies that you're applying to, di ba? Even if the company you're applying to is not actively hiring, pwede mo ibigay yung resume link mo for future consideration. Diba? Ayan. The second tip ko lang, reminder is, when you encounter failures later on, kasi lahat naman tayo nagkakamali wala naman, ang sarap naman siguro lahat ng ginagawa mo, lahat tuloy-tuloy, walang mali, di ba? So, wala namang ganun, di ba? No one is perfect. So, pagka na-encounter mo ang failure along the way, do not give up. Di ba? When that happens, there's always a reason for you to learn. Di ba? So, ganoon lang parate. These are just lessons being given. Di ba? So, yan yun. So, continue to explore and explore lang. Okay? So, there. Yan lang ang message ko. See you all in the corporate world or the employed world. Yan na yun.
Ayan. So, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, to our audience, ayan. So, if you have questions or you're curious or you'd like to know more about our resume link or Jobs 180, you may visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. So, maraming salamat, Sir Kim, for discussing about resume link. Ayan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ren. Have a good day.
Have a good day, sir. So there you have it, guys. We have successfully tackled all the topics assigned today. And I have to say that if this was my first time attending webinar, so I would find this very helpful in finding jobs, especially using your resume link, diba? Very secured kung paano mag-apply or kung saan mag-apply. And to our audience, thank you so much for attending. We appreciate your presence today. And we hope that you find this webinar informative and that what you have learned today will be useful to your journey to the world of work. So again, we also hope that you enjoy the session. And if you have additional questions, please do not hesitate to send us a message on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. And before I end the session, so to our viewers, again, if you're interested in joining Accenture's one-day hiring process or event, you may join by scanning the QR code, ayan, na nasa inyong screen, or you may click the link. I'm not sure if it's available in the comment section, or you may scan the QR code, guys, to register. Okay? So, thank you so much. To our viewers, please stay tuned for our upcoming webinars. You can also follow our Facebook page for the updates and announcements, and we look forward to seeing you guys in our future sessions. Thank you once again for attending and staying with us until the end. And if you think you missed this webinar, you may rewatch it in our Facebook and YouTube channel. So the program has been concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan Kole. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
We're very grateful of our partnership with Wadhwani Foundation. It has created such a huge impact in our institution.
But I'm confident that after this presentation, you will become our ambassadors. Not because we have a great product, but because your mission and your vision is very much aligned with what we have to offer.
Partnership teaming up with Wadhwani Foundation is actually a great opportunity.
We're embracing frameworks of entrepreneurship
to produce a competitively employable graduate,
boosting their morale and how they can properly introduce themselves into the work community.
which is job ready, the 21st employability skills.
and they can find also fulfillment in their job someday.
At the end of the day, whenever someone goes for a job, they need combination of soft skills, hard skills. But use the Gen AI engine to customize for specific job role in that context. The whole idea is if every family has that kind of a earning capacity beyond food, shelter, clothing, to be able to invest in the professional development of themselves and their kids, you not only transform the individual but generations to come.